What's going on, sexy people? I hope you guys are feeling sexy today. So let's get started with today's analysis. I'm going to ask you to hit the like button. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to do it and we'll get started. 2, 1. All right, let's go. Thank you for hitting the like button. And if you didn't, hopefully I can convince you by the end of this video. We're going to keep things super simple as always, and I'm going to get straight to it. There's going to be no fluff. You guys already know how I trade. If you don't know how I trade, you can follow my trading in my free Telegram channel with all my analysis. Hit the link in the description of this video for my free training. Watch the video. I show you exactly how I trade. And then you can watch me trade live in my Telegram channel for free. Cheers. So here's what I'm looking for on EuroJPY. We have this horizontal support resistance level here. Price has broken below it, and now it's come back to touch it. Okay, it's touching this, accosting this level right now. We're seeing price hit this level, and it's just starting to just be accosted right here. So what I'm thinking is we might see a fall further down to this next support resistance zone right here. And in fact, this looks good as it is right now. In fact, this does not look bad. I'm going to go ahead. I think I may take a little sell right now. 1 to 2 risk reward. I'd like if we could get a little bit better of a risk reward, like a 1 to 4. I think I might wait for price to pop up a little bit in this case then. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for it to pop up a little bit more into this zone. If I'd have been watching this, I would have already gotten in this. So I'm going to set an alert up here in the zone. And it looks like we just missed this. And if this comes up, I'm going to enter. Why am I going to enter? Because it's a break of a 1 hour zone. It's a retest of this 1 hour zone. And there has been rejection here on the minute 5 in the form of a simple double top. That's the first little rejection there, and this is the second one. It's rejected once, now it's rejected twice. Entry could have been probably after that black candle right there, and if not, for sure after that blue candle. So that's that. Cool. I've got my alert set. Great. This is cool. And yesterday I didn't take any trades, by the way. I didn't take any trades at all. Price just kind of ranged sideways all day. So on all these pairs, it's just had a bunch of sideways movement. Just a bunch of sideways movement all day yesterday. So I didn't take any trades. I stayed the hell out of all that. Now I'm thinking we might, like for EuroJPY, another reason for sells is that price is now formed like a low. It's a lower low, lower high. Another high right here, and now a lower low. We might see price come down here to 129.39. It's a break and retest of a support zone. That's it. Super simple. GBP/JPY, we're going to go ahead and adjust to this zone to where price is rejecting. I would say this looks good for sells, but check it out. So we've already had, I didn't take this trade, by the way. I was looking at this for a client yesterday. I didn't take a trade. We had this first move right here. Cool. We had a test of the support zone. The move played out. And we've had a second move. Did not make a new low, right? We had it come test again. Tried to go down. Did not make a new low. Kind of weird, right? Now we've come up. And not only has price failed to make a new low, but we've actually made a higher low. And now we're banging up into this zone again. So I'm thinking we're going to get this level just molested, just straight up. I mean, in broad daylight. And then we're going to pull back to this level, and we're going to accost the level. And then we're going to look to buy. So this is, some people call it the break and retest. I call it the molest and then accost of the level. It's like for price to crack above. If it comes back and starts bouncing, then I'm going to look to go long. Maybe, but then again, this 1 hour support resistance zone. Actually, nah, it's not that clear. I'll probably just honestly use this previous high as a profit target zone. Because this looks pretty simple. If it gets above here, the next stop, the next high is up here around 151. So this looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to wait for this. I'll go ahead and set an alert just above the highs to see if it breaks above. And if it does, my sweet children will be looking to go long. AED/JPY. So we do have a support resistance zone right here that price looks like it's holding at. We have the next clear 1 hour zone up here. And I'm just going to zoom out to the 4 hour here for a second just to try to get some zones in here. This thing looks completely random right here, so I'm going to leave that one off. We do have this support resistance zone. It's kind of more clear on the 1 hour. And we do have this really dicey support resistance zone. We talked yesterday about support resistance zones that you don't want to bring home to mom and dad because they're so dirty and they're not clear. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be partying with those zones on the weekend, but you don't want to be trading live with them during the week. You want to be focusing on the clear, good, prim and proper zones, the good church-going zones, okay? We want the good, godly zones right here. We don't want to be trading nothing nasty over here. So check it out. We've got this as support before, and it's broken, found resistance 3 times. Now we've broken back above and found support. We've already bounced at this zone. So this is looking like price might be trying to go up here to this previous level. Minute 15 has had a double bottom. Minute 5 sure as hell has had a double bottom. We tested deep into the zone here once. We formed a higher low here and went up, but honestly that didn't pull back low enough. You know, this is one of those instances where I probably would have been waiting for it to pull all the way back here and then test. I probably wouldn't have tried to have chased it up here. However, what the cool part about this is that even if you would have entered right here with the stop below the zone, if you're targeting this previous high up here for the next 1 hour zone, you still would have gotten good risk reward. So in this case, about a 1 to 4. The cooler part though, is that if you do wait for an entry down here and then price does reject right there and starts going up, you can get your stop right there. Your target's a little bit further and it's a 1 to 6. And yeah, you only may win like 30% of the time, but it's all good because like even with like a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio, right? You take 3 trades, you lose 1, you lose 2, but then you win the third one. You only won 1 trade, and you won 4 units of reward on that one. You lost 2 units of reward in total in the other 2. You still came in profit plus 2R. You know, and you just keep doing this over and over and over. I'm going to wait for AJ to come down in here and have a solidified retest. I'm a little bit hesitant, to be honest. You know, I'm a little bit nervous if you guys ask me, and here's why. For this on the 1 hour, it looks very clear like we're gonna be going up, right? Like, I mean, if we take a look at everything here, price is making higher lows going up here, but we've also got this crap here where it's like kind of making lower highs. I don't know. All I know is that price tried to make a lower low, tried to make a lower high. Now we've cracked that lower high, tested and starting to form a higher low. Based on what's happened so far, it just looks like price might be trying to continue up to this zone. So whatever, we don't even need to use trend analysis, right? It's simpler than that. You're trading support resistance zones. It's not that freaking hard. So here's why I'm hesitant. This one looks like it's going to go for a buy. However, Euro JPY over here is looking like she's going to try to go for a sell. Now these are all cross-related currencies, right? So they're not same base pairs. They are FX majors. So Euro, GBP, AUD are all FX majors, like base currencies. But the cross pair JPY is the same. What does this mean? It means typically if one of the JPY pairs is ranging, the other ones are likely to be ranging as well. Unless there's some major fundamental crap going on with like GBP or AUD or something, then maybe one of them might be going wild. But most of them are typically going to move relatively the same. This is not something that you should take into account all the time for every single trade. But just keep in mind, like if Euro JPY starts crashing, chances are, you know, like 4 times out of 5, you'll go to the other JPY pairs and they will be crashing as well. So just keep that in mind. Like if you're trying to sell Euro JPY and at the same time you're trying to buy AUD JPY, you know, if Euro JPY starts dropping for a sell and you're in profit, if you're in a buy on AUD JPY, that one's probably going to be having a little bit of bearish pressure as well. Not every time, but just a lot of the time, like enough to where it should be something that you include like in your analysis or trading system. So yeah, but the cool part is even if you have good risk reward ratio, let's say you get stopped on AUD JPY in a buy, but your Euro JPY trade goes to the profit target. You know, you made 4R on this one, but on AUD JPY, you got stopped out for -1, or you still came on top for the day plus 3R, if that's the only trades you take. So that's that. Pretty good. GBP USD, I don't see anything right here. I see some bad effery going on here. We're not going to use the F word because I know I got kids here in this channel. I call you guys my sweet children to represent the fact that you guys are kids, at least in terms of your learning experience here in trading. I don't want any kids to get upset here, so I'm just going to use the word effery. We've got some effery going on here. We had GBP/USD form a random ASS support level. I'm trying to be PG. And then it broke above, tested, found support as a higher low, swept back below the zone, then pushed up, and then found some support again here before, then going up, making a new high, then sweeping back below, testing the same support, bouncing up. Whoa, this just looks like weird, you know? If it were my hunch, I would say that this thing probably looks like it's going to be going upwards, you know? But the zones are just so weird. Like they're just getting like bashed. We're going to break above here, test, show respect, swipe below, break back above, test, break above this one, not show respect here, but then break below, and now we're going back up. Who wants to trade that? Nobody. Leave it alone. Unless you're trading, of course, the bank manipulation, market maker, hedge fund, institutional liquidity order flow strategy. If you're doing that, all good. You're fine. You know what does look a little bit more clear though is Euro USD. This is actually looking pretty good. Super clear support zone, right? Support once, twice. Now we had a break. I'm going to set an alert right here along the lows. Now, if we see price come back up into here, I mean, it's very complicated. You ready for this? How I trade. It's very complicated. Price is going to come back into this zone. You're going to watch to see if price hits the zone, and you're going to wait to see if it rejects. Now, what is this rejection? Now, I teach my clients that it costs $10,000 for you to learn this, but I'll give you a freebie here, okay? Here it is. You wait for a double top on the minute 5. That's it. You wait for price to hit the zone once, bounce away, come and hit the zone a second time, and start bouncing away. After you see rejection on that second retest, that's usually worth a shot to enter, provided that the zone is clear. Now, if you're trading a support resistance zone like that, and you're trying to trade off of something where it's swiping in and out, no, it's probably not the best like zone to be trading off of. But if the zone is very clearly defined, kind of like in here, then wait for it to push into the zone, wait for it to test and find rejection in minute 5, wait for the second one to come up and start reacting, and that's it. It's that simple. Like, then look to take a sell. Have your stop. I don't like to put my stop right above the highs because sometimes it can pin up a third or fourth time and go slightly past the zone. So I don't like smothering it, but I keep it just past the highs and reasonably past the zone. I don't do it like way up here and stuff if I'm trading like day trading on the 1 hour. So I keep it like right here on top of the zone. And I personally right now I'm testing a couple more things right now to make sure that the system stays profitable long term. But right now, 1 to 4 has been working amazing for me because it keeps everything profitable. I had a big bang in 13R week at the beginning of this month, and then the past 2 weeks have been break even, essentially. So it's like, even though like you run through like losing streaks and you win 1 and then you lose 4 and then it's break even, overall everything's really profitable because you only need like 1 or 2 good weeks a month. Really, you just need 1 good week out of every month if you've got good risk reward and a reasonable win rate. And then everything is still profitable. Like, I mean, the first week was just banging. I won like, it was like over 50% of my trades that week. So that was really cool. It was like 55, but that's pretty good. So we've got this here, Euro USD. We're going to wait for a retest in here. And if it starts making a double top, sweet. Like, look to get into a sell. You know, you do whatever the hell you want. If I take this trade, I'll call it out in my members group. And I'll also, post the analysis in the free Telegram, but I mean, you guys have this analysis right here. Go to your damn Euro USD chart and draw a horizontal support level. Wait for a retest, rejection, and then if it starts to bounce, cool, take a sell. If it stops out, cool, it's fine. It's a small loss. If it wins, cool, it's a big win, or bigger win than loss. Like, I wouldn't say 4R is like a huge win, but it's good. I mean, if you're risking $1,000 right there, you either lose $1,000 or you make $4,000. Sweet. If you make $4,000, you can lose the next 4 trades in a row and you're fine. You're still at break even on the week. All right, so we've got AUD USD, same situation as Euro USD, waiting for a sell right here. Why are we waiting for a sell? It's because the trend analysis of the institutional order flow shows that we're definitely going to go for a sell. I'm just playing. It's simpler than that. It broke the support. We're waiting on a retest, and if it starts rejecting there on the lower time frames, we'll take a sell back to the previous lows. That's it. It's that simple. Okay, so we'll wait for a price to push up here. And if it pushes up here and starts retesting again, wait for the little, like, just a double top or whatever. Sometimes it'll make a triple, quadruple top. Sometimes it'll pull a GJ and make like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 top. So sometimes it'll make a, what is that, a septuple top? A sextuple? That's 6. Sometimes, you know, I like to trade a septuple top. Is that how you say it? Septuple. 7 rejections. I just like to wait. I just really like waiting for those 7 rejections, you know? 7's like the lucky number, so just 3rd time's is charm. No, 7 times is a charm, brother. So no, I'm just playing. Double top is fine. Sometimes it'll go sideways for a while. As long as you've got your stop above the level, you'll usually be fine. But even then, even after you enter, sometimes what price will do is it will swipe up and it will grab your stop loss before then going. I don't want to hear no crap in the comments from all you bank traders thinking that you know how the institutions are trading and saying, oh, Nick, you got to avoid the order flow stop. You got to avoid the manipulation hunt. Like, I've been doing this for 4 years profitably. Okay, I have not found a way to do it. I'm not saying that there isn't a way to avoid it, but from what I'm saying, if you just trade normally, yeah, you'll take stop outs on this sometimes, but overall it will still be profitable. The only way to avoid the liquidity spikes, obviously, is just to have a wider stop loss. And that's fine, but then when you win, you don't make as much. And if you're scalping lower time frames and day trading, it makes it hard to stay profitable. If you're trading if you're just trading like that with like a way far out stop loss, and I don't know. There's just so much going on. You guys do whatever the hell you want. Okay, I'm going to do what works for me. But that happens. It's kind of like earlier this week. This is the exact same thing happened that I just explained to you guys here. This is the only Forex trade I've taken this week. This was a break of a 1 hour zone. Price came back, started to reject right here. It's the first bounce. It came here, stopped and started to push upwards. And as it was pushing upwards right here with that next candle, I entered, and then it just dived to the stop loss. After it stopped out, pushed back up, found support and ran up to the original target. It would have been almost a 1-to-5 risk reward ratio winner, but instead we're just down 1 hour this week. And I didn't take that trade. I'm just looking for these trades with clients because we're experimenting with the probability of 1-to-1 risk rewards hitting to use like a combination of the system I'm using right now to take just 1-to-1 risk rewards and then compound it. Because what we found through our testing is that 90% of the time 1-to-1 risk rewards are hit. It depends on the data actually. It's anywhere from 77% to 90% of the time. So I'm gathering, I'll give you guys more information about that. I want to get the back testing video out, but we've been doing a lot of testing, me and my team, as well as my clients. And we test, so like right here, 90% of trades went to the 1-to-1. Sometimes right here, so this is a 50% win rate, but at a 1-to-1, 71% of the trades went. Right here, 76%, and this was just 1-to-1 risk reward. What's this right here? 48%. This was a bad testing period. That one was like the worst one. 48, but that's still 50% win rate. So it was still roughly like break even if you're not compounding. And this one was 77. So the win rate's anywhere from, I lied. It's not 70. It's not 76. It's not 77%. It's 76% to 90% on good trading, like periods. The worst one, like I said, was 50-50. And if with a 50-50 win rate, you're pretty much just gonna break even. But yeah, so that's what we're testing. So I'm gonna test it all out. I'm gonna let you guys know how it goes. I may test out some more stuff going into next week and this and that. Just because we've had so many trades like the past week, like stop out that went into like halfway to the target, and they just pushed back up and pinned out before going to the targets. And it's like, okay, like instead of trying to catch this whole move here, what if we just did like this? Like, how often does that win? It'd be very hard to be profitable without a really high win rate consistently. But if you compound the profits, meaning like you let's say this right here, like let's say you have like a $1,000 account, right? And you risk, let's say 25%, right? If you lose, then you only lose like $250. But if you win, you bring the account to $1,250. And then if you compound that, then the account's like goes to 600. Then if you compound that, you do like 25% risk of that. And you move it up, you get to almost 2,000, and it just keeps going up from there. So then you make 2,500 as you keep compounding it up, or you more like 2,750, and then it just keeps on going all the way up until you make this amount of money right here. Which I know you guys wouldn't be able to understand this. A lot of you guys are newbies. You won't be able to understand this lingo. This HSGH right here. That's when you're just doing so well trading that you don't even know how to say the number. So yeah, that's what we're working on, is compounding 1-to-1s and seeing if that will work long term. You have to use FX pairs that have low spreads and low commissions. I'm using CoinEx. It works for me. It's like I'm not affiliated with them, but it's $2 per standard lot, so it's pretty easy to be able to trade all this stuff. So, but yeah, that's why you see all these 1-to-1s here in the chart. It's seeing how many of them would have worked out and testing it this week. But aside from that, I know what works for me. I'm still sticking to the bigger risk reward 1-to-4 risk reward ratios, because it just takes a few trades to be profitable per week. Like you just win like 2 trades, then you lose like 5, you're still profitable on the week. So that's why I like it. US 30 looks like we're so there's a couple scenarios we had yesterday. I had this one scenario here and this one scenario here. It looks like none of them really played out. We did see a sell-off as expected. And then price rammed back up into this level, finally cracked above it during London session. And now we're testing this horizontal support resistance level as support. We are finding some support right now, which, that's good. That's cool. It's really nice. We're finding some support. This zone has gotten a little bit sloppy though. What I'm going to be doing right here is I'm just going to be tidying up some stuff here. I'm cleaning up my room right here, making sure things, this looks, it's like, never mind. It's weird because whenever the zone starts getting sloppy, this is the kind of thing you go through. It's like let's just say that that's the level right there, right? That looks pretty, it looks like resistance, support. So what you're doing is you're saying, okay, price has bounced here as support once and then twice, but now it's broken below and now it's testing as resistance, and you're like all worried. You're so worried you're putting a question mark on your chart because you don't know what the F is going on. Sorry, kids. I want you guys to hear this dirty language from this bald guy who's a Forex trader yelling at you. But you're wondering what the F is going on, but then you go to the 1 hour and it looks like it's rejecting as support. So then you're like, I know, maybe my support zone isn't low enough. And so then now you lower your support zone here, and then you try to satisfy yourself. So you try to drag it down, and now you're looking for some buy. You see how confusing this gets? Like I don't like when it gets confusing. I don't like. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not that type of guy. You know what I mean? Like. I don't like it getting confusing. So what I do is I just typically just leave it the hell alone. Like if it starts acting weird, I just leave it alone, because it's so much easier to just not take a trade that feels kind of weird. I mean, unless you're willing to take the risk. If you're willing to say like, hey, it could be finding resistance here right now, but I'm willing to take the risk in case it goes back up, because sometimes it'll just fake out the zone like it's doing right now potentially, and then it will go back up. I mean, if you're willing to take the risk, whatever. I just find it easier sometimes to just wait for the stuff that's super clear, because then you don't have to like question like your judgment and be worried like, you enter a trade, but then you're immediately worried like, I just entered a buy, but what if it's finding some resistance right here, because that's the zone, like what the hell am I going to do? And then you're like calling up your mom, you're commenting on my YouTube videos, trying to ask me what the banks are about to do and where the liquidity is going to go. I don't know. Do whatever the hell you want. I'm probably going to leave US30 alone today unless we see something more clear. Gold, we've had all this wild stuff yesterday. I'm so happy I didn't trade it. I really don't even know what the hell's going on right now. It looks like gold is in a downtrend just based on my bank manipulation sentiment data. I'm just kidding. We have lower highs and lower lows, so it looks like it's going in a downtrend. Something that would be not bad, I'd say, is if we see a break below support and a retest right here. We could look for continuation sells. That'd be pretty cool. The problem with gold, man, is look at all these freaking zones that have just been like, there's all these like different zones that have been like not respected very well the past week. So I'm a little bit hesitating. I'm a little bit sketched out. So I'm just going to do that there. SPY, I don't even trade SPY. I just look at the chart. Bitcoin, we're pushing back up to 43K. Okay. So we keep finding support here around the 41K mark. I'm not buying. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting on my dip. I'm waiting on my dip to 38. If we don't see 38, fine. I'll get in on another dip whenever the market makes an impulse and another big pullback. I am chilling. You guys do whatever the hell you want. So that's it. Aside from this, I'll be back testing stuff. I'll be sharing trades to my members, and I will be. Let's enter this right now. Euro JPY, minute 5. Let's see how this goes. So I'll enter this here with the stop just above the zone. What the hell happened to my charts here? Where are we at? Euro JPY. So let's make this big. We'll go over here. Let's see this right here. Let's get this stop to where we're going to be doing it. All right. So let's have the stop right here. Let's see. Where is it at? 129.739. So let's drag that right there. 129.739. Okay, cool. Everything's in order. So now what we'll do is we'll use a PSC trader function to enter the trade. It's automatic script. Automatically calculates the lot size for me. It's this thing called earnforex.com position size calculator. And then what we will do is we will drag the TP level. Here, I have to go to a higher time frame for this. We'll drag the TP level down here to the, where's it at? This is the Euro JP, yeah. Where's the TP level at? 129.382. Gonna have to tighten that up a little bit less than 1 to 4. 129.409. So let's see, 129.409. Why did I get such a bad feel? This is like a 1 to 3. Probably because it dipped right whenever I entered. But whatever. I'll call this out and everyone else will get a better entry than me. That's fine. So let's see. So I'm going to post this in Telegram. So I'm going to go post this in the Telegram right now. Hope you guys have a great rest of trading day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit the like button. And I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.